All right, no intro. Let's just go.
Whoa, babe, I must confess.
Yeah.
You've been running circles in my head. Oh, I could have 1,000 dreams about beauty queens and all the things, but they don't compare to you. Yeah, 'cause when you walk in the room, you shine. Oh, it don't make sense, do it? No, I don't believe it's true. I don't believe I get you. Woo! Oh, you the feature, babe. You got me speechless for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I can't believe this, babe. I get to be with you a lifetime. Woo! 'Cause baby, when you look at me, I can't control my mind. You feature.
1, 2. Welcome back to Southern Authority for our second episode. Thank you all for tuning into our first. We know that you loved it so much. And this episode, we want to talk more fashion, beauty, lifestyle, celebrities. So let's start it off with, we all know that Meredith is a
Bravo-holic.
Bravo-holic. Yes. I've never heard of BravoCon until...
It's a new thing.
Okay, so I'm not like totally behind the curve.
No. So I think it was last weekend, there was BravoCon, which basically was like every Bravo celebrity that exists from now and the past, like came together, and it was just like a whole weekend of like interviews and shows, and just like all their spouses came.
Not just Housewives, or like all Bravo?
All Bravo
Okay.
shows. So like Vanderpump Rules, Below Deck, what else? Did you follow anybody that was like going?
There is all the Housewives.
Yeah. Southern Charm was
Southern
there.
Charm, yeah.
Just a whole weekend. So like, and Andy was there, of course. So and,
Is it like, what is it, Comic-Con? Except,
but BravoCon.
But BravoCon?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
okay.
people paid like, it was like
It's like
$1,600 to
BeautyCon.
go.
Yeah.
Like a lot of money.
wait, like the average public
Yes.
paid $1,600?
But it seemed like a life-changing experience.
She's like,
And
I would definitely.
I'm
pay
going next
16
year. No, I'm going. And like several people, I was talking about it on my stories the other day, and several people were messaging me like on the same page. So if it happens next year, we're having like a Savannah goes to BravoCon.
There you
Oh, I
go.
love that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go?
No.
She doesn't care. Anyway, I got excited about it because I've been watching Housewives and Bravo like forever. So I wanted to talk about like what our favorite Housewives cities are and like who our favorite is like overall and who we think has the best fashion.
Okay. I have to admit that I've only watched Real Housewives of New Jersey, and I've only watched the first season.
That's my least favorite one.
What?
It's just too sad for me. It's like one of those like.
It's a lot.
It's painful to watch.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
A person destroy themselves and like sacrifice like their
Their
morals and values and their family
Yeah.
and their friends because of silly things. You know what I mean? Like I like shows where like they have fun with it.
You don't hang around many Italians, do you?
I mean, I get it. I get it. But even like Teresa,
culture.
like I feel like she's not intelligent, and it's like embarrassing, and it's painful to like watch her embarrass herself.
Yeah.
Too.
She's
And
always like.
But I have this question, like, where we just live in this reality TV. I mean, we see it even on Instagram. Just this is like the world we live in now. But I feel like even people saying that it's reality, drink up.
Reality.
But how much of that really is like the editing?
I mean, 50% of it is reality. They're dealing with real situations, but I feel like the director and the producer, they push them like to talk about
To put
certain
them in certain situations or
to
probe
react.
them with
'cause-
certain questions
Yes.
to get a certain answer, which I feel
Yes.
then just puts them in a negative light.
They put themselves in a negative light.
But I mean, I genuinely thought that it was like pretty entertaining.
First season was great. I think the beginning seasons of
The
all of
first-
these shows
the
are
first
awesome.
4 seasons were
Because
Yeah.
pretty
they're
good
the
at
most,
Jersey.
I feel
Because
like
and
they're
then
the
they
most,
learn how to be like a reality star, and they learn that okay, if I want to keep this job, then I have to like be the
Villain.
pot star,
or
the
they
villain,
have to,
or
they like that paycheck and they like that attention, so they're like, I'll play into this character that I've just been molded into,
Yes.
even though
Yes.
that isn't who I am
Yeah.
in general. But,
But
like
for a
that's
lot
the
of them,
only
that's
one.
their paycheck now. They are a reality star.
Yeah.
So that's what they have to do every year. It's
My
just,
favorite, I would say my favorite from the beginning until now is Atlanta.
Yes.
That's like my OG favorite. Mm-hmm. But I love Beverly Hills as well.
I love Beverly Hills too.
Just because they're like silly, like they're careless and like
So bougie
yes
and very,
yes.
very, well, we say wealthy. I think some of them really are, and then I think some of them pretend to be more wealthy than they really are.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
But yeah, I think Atlanta's one of my favorites. I love Nene. She's always a favorite. Sometimes I think she's like too much and like she goes too far, and she doesn't always apologize for what she does and
Yes.
says. But like,
She's ruthless
but she's
now.
Nene.
She has like no.
It's who she is.
She's like the perfect example of like a narcissist. Like she doesn't get
Yeah.
how things affect other people and what she says and does. And I think that's why it's funny.
Yeah.
Honestly, because she's funny and
And like Vicky is like the same way. She's
oh God, Vicky though is
She's
so,
very desperate.
she is too much. Like the whole cancer situation ruined
that was bad.
Vicky for me.
Yeah, that was awful.
And then how she handled her relationship with Tamara, I feel like kind of ruined Vicky
yeah.
for me personally.
Well,
But
I love
she was
Kelly.
my favorite.
Kelly's awesome.
I don't like Kelly.
Kelly was in Savannah like this summer,
I could believe that.
and she like I said something to her on Instagram. She like wrote me back. So okay,
oh
she's
my God, she did.
she did. She like videotaped people at McDonald's getting into a fight at like 3:00 in the morning.
This is the person that is Meredith's favorite
Yeah,
for sure.
she wrote me back. That was nice.
It's a little humble moment.
I like Dorit, even though I know a lot of people don't like her. I love her
I don't
accent
like
because it's
her.
just so ridiculous.
But I love her fashion.
Her fashion is the
her
best.
fashion is like she works with like really great people, and I admire her fashion.
And I love
the
Erica.
hair, the makeup.
yeah,
Erica's probably one of my favorite housewives.
yeah, she's great.
Like I feel like she represents a lot. Mm-hmm. She represents so much. Now, have you heard of Erica Jane?
No.
Erica Girardi,
No.
Erica Jane.
You know, she's the Pat the Puss. She's like started that. She started that.
What?
She started Pat the Puss. She never heard of that? I gotta show you.
No, I know what a platypus is.
God.
My God. Erica Jane, honey, let's
Please
see.
tell me that there are other of us out there like me who have no idea what these two are talking about.
Whatever. What about New York? Do you like it or not?
I don't like New York. I think
Dorinda. I can't believe I left her out. She is my favorite.
She's
she
my all-time
is my
favorite.
favorite. Yes.
It's Dorinda
No,
and then
Dorinda is
Erica
better than
Jane.
everybody. And it doesn't matter what she does or
I
says.
am very
She is the best.
Dorinda-like. I
No,
am very Dorinda-like.
I love her. She
When
has the best one-liners.
When she had the moment in the kitchen where she felt like they didn't respect her or
When?
appreciate the dinner
Oh my God, yes.
with the
She made it nice. She cooked. She made it nice. Oh my God.
That's me. That's like totally me having a nervous breakdown because I don't
Yeah.
feel like people like appreciate what I'm doing.
No, she's my favorite out of all of them, no matter what.
Okay, this Kelsey. What? Oh my God, it won't come up.
Technical difficulties.
That's her Pat in the Puss.
She has an alter ego. She's like a performer.
Kelsey does not get an alter ego, honey. She's like, no. Reality only.
Yeah, I don't know how.
She's like
The
here
pretty
for
mess.
the gays. She's here for like everybody. She's here
like that.
for it all. She is just a very open person.
And
like,
she's
no
not
matter-
dramatic
Pat
at all.
Puss.
to Pat the Puss.
We'll pat the puss for you too.
She is like mortified. For
She's
sure.
like, whatever, people. Y'all are gross.
So
No,
yeah,
I love that one.
Okay, but
You would wear that.
here's the thing: is like you said, you like the first seasons because it's like you get to see kind of how everybody is.
Really
who
is.
they
Their
are.
families are on there.
But
They're
then
bad kids.
They're bad kids.
Yeah, they are.
The thing
bad.
is that then they go home and they see what they looked like on camera, and then they
Yes.
go to the nearest plastic surgeon, and they come back for season 2, and they look vaguely familiar to what
Hired
they did.
a glam squad.
The first season.
stylist.
Well, the fillers and the Botox, I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
is where I feel like most of them go wrong. It's
Yes.
like, it's too much. It's like they almost become like a different person, like physically.
Well, it changes your face depending on, and here's the thing, and you guys know that I'm like the clean, non-toxic, safe breast cancer survivor, paranoid freak.
We need those freaks.
Yes.
Freaks for sure.
Yes, we do. But the thing is, I don't think people even know what Botox or filler, I don't think people know what the chemical compounds in those are.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you?
You
Did
told
you?
us last week.
I
She
mean,
scared us to
I
death.
try not to listen to her when she tells me that what I receive from the spa is like terrible for me. So go ahead. Tell
No,
the
but
people.
this is the thing on filler though. Do you know what filler is? Like, do you know what the largest component of filler is?
Is
Could
it
be-
hyaluronic acid?
It's hyaluronic acid.
Okay.
So hyaluronic acid is, we naturally produce that, just like collagen. But over time it decreases. That's why people want to get filler, because your lips aren't as full, your cheeks aren't as full, those kinds of things. But hyaluronic acid is essentially a water molecule. So when you get filler and then you live in a humid place, or let's say that you don't work out or anything,
That's
it
supposed to-
swells.
Okay.
So most people that get too much filler, it transforms their entire face because they're just swollen and puffy due to the filler, not due to other things. And so it's like, once your face is transformed and you're used to looking at yourself like that, you go back in for more filler
Yeah.
and more Botox, and then it's just like the vicious cycle.
That's definitely me. That is definitely me.
You don't overdo it though.
I don't overdo it. I do like preventative. I do enough that it prevents. I don't always do fillers. I do fillers randomly in my cheeks. I don't do lip fillers. It lasts me 2 years. I get it every 2 years. And that's just because, like, I don't feel like I need it. But I like what it does for me. It makes me
Right.
look a little more youthful. And I get Botox like every 4 months, 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
Because I look like a Shar in the face. I look like a Shar in the forehead.
But Botox is literally a toxin.
I know.
Like, it's legitimately, like, you're just in, somehow we thought taking one of the most lethal toxins, which is like
Well, I'm like,
a botulinum toxin, and we thought it was a good idea to inject that into people's faces. Like, no, that's scary.
Yeah.
it is. It is. And I have actually, before I got Botox the last time, I didn't get like Botox for a while. It had been like 9 months. And me being who I am, it's not that I felt like I needed it is why I went and got it. It's because it had been so long. So I think that that's where like people really get addicted to it. It's like the habit of going and getting it. It's the
It's like a thrill,
experience.
kinda.
Yes, it is. It is because
You're like, oh, I'm gonna look so much better in a couple of days.
even if you don't look completely different, like when you walk out, you feel completely different. And it doesn't matter if you see it or not. It's just that routine thing.
Well, then just like get the placebo effect. Like, don't actually inject like the toxin.
I'm too deep
No,
for that.
Botox
They don't
is
work
like
for me.
awesome. I mean, I'm telling you, like, I really only get it like your 11s and a little bit up here. So like, I just got it done last week. So like, I'm not having that line there.
if you got to the point
My forehead still moves.
But here's the thing. For one, they don't report a lot of the bad side effects. And you also don't start to see side effects until your 11th or 12th time of getting Botox. And that's when you can start to see negative side effects. And for women, it can exacerbate like hormones, thyroid disorders, like
I've read that. Like
is-
I have.
I don't know if I've
researched
had
and
it
I've
like
read
10 times yet.
I
don't
know
if I have.
that like certain people I see that get way too much Botox, it's almost like it becomes fatter. You can like see it.
Oh my God, yeah, their
I
forehead
call that-
looks, it
yes,
looks
I call that
crazy.
Botox, like she's like Botox fat. Like it looks like fat. Like it looks, and just in the areas where you get Botox.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't. I don't think. I see you looking.
like I just can't, like I can't, because what if it got to the point, like, let's just say, because there are not long-term studies on this, so everyone thinks that like the FDA is out there looking out for you. They're not. Like, I literally my entire business is based off of not trusting what the FDA says and based off of actual current scientific data. And what if it got to the point like that you got some type of autoimmune disease and it was linked to the fact that you got Botox? Like,
I'd be very disappointed.
like how would you feel?
Lawsuit.
You can't sue anyone.
That is a choice you made.
Yeah, like that's the
purchased
it was
it.
an elective
Yes.
thing. But I mean, what if you got like some type of thyroid disorder or like your hormones were messed up? Like there were just so many things. It really did paralyze the nerves for the rest of like. I know I'm taking it to the extreme, but like those are the things like
people need to know.
but and people don't think about that because
Yeah.
influencers and Bravo celebrities and all these people are out there saying like that it's Botox, or even if they're not saying it's Botox, like you know that it's Botox.
Yeah.
And like I just like you said, the preventative thing.
Yeah, like when I'm 50, I don't plan to get Botox. I plan to just let my wrinkles ride and have
Okay,
like
yeah,
20-year-old wrinkles like when I started getting Botox. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I just can't. Like I can't do it. I can't like.
I can't justify it, to be honest. Like it's like I know like what it does, but I just can't help it. I guess I'm one of them.
I mean, I just.
But I just
But I
love
think
you
that
guys
it's.
so
but
much.
I think it's
hate
very
it.
important that people are educated on what they're paying for and what they're putting in
But
their
also,
body.
you need
But-
to be going to people.
That know what they're doing. Like
Oh, I do.
Oh,
no. But I'm saying
that's a
like
whole
there
other
are
thing.
yes, that's like a whole. There are people going to doctors. That they took they watched like a course, like a video, and to inject. Like that's the type that's
I
scary.
don't
But
plan on
also,
doing any
okay,
of no butt
have you
shit.
guys?
in the butt.
How do you feel about? Have you heard of like this like lip flip?
Oh,
Yes.
the spa I go to and the doctor that does my injections will not do
No,
that.
it's
That's the one in
Botox.
your gums?
No, yeah,
Oh.
it's Botox.
It's to hide your gum. A lot of people
Right,
get it.
right,
when
No,
they're
okay.
this
gummy.
one like
They put it here in your lip, and it's Botox, so it freezes like the nerves, and it like literally like curls your lip up a little bit, so it makes it look like you have a fuller lip. But that's Botox in your lip, like.
see, it's
That's
just
not
getting,
supposed to go in your
No, it's like it's not. Well,
Well, I
it's not
ha-
supposed
I
to go
actually-
anywhere. It's botulism.
Okay.
I actually asked, like, the doctor at Serendipity in Hilton Head where I go about the lip flip because I didn't want it. I couldn't
like, curious.
understand it, so I needed her to explain it. And she was like, I've never heard of that, and I would never put Botox.
No,
in somebody's
I've
lips."
like just started seeing.
Well,
I've heard people talk about
I've
it a
heard
lot.
about it that. The first time I ever heard about it was one of your employees was
Oh,
talking about
yes.
her friend, and that's like when I heard about it.
Yeah,
See,
we
it
heard.
runs deep
We
here.
heard about it. We heard
The
about it.
injections run deep here. But yes,
No, it looked good, but is it good?
but I'm not one of those
None of it's
people
good.
that like
Okay.
I feel just as beautiful without it as I do with it. And if I couldn't get it, I wouldn't sacrifice everything to get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of those that, like, I'm out here trying to change my whole appearance. I'm not out here trying to go broke getting all this. Like, I would never even put it on a credit card. Like, if I can't pay cash for something like that, like, I won't get it. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not one of those things that is that serious to me. Like, if I couldn't get it, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
But
And
it's accessible, and
I think
that's
people
what
just take
happens.
it too far. Like we were saying earlier, they
change the
get
whole
you,
face.
yeah, and you look like a caricature of yourself. And,
well, that
but that's what
brings-
Instagram is doing to people.
But that brings me to like the supermodels. Most of your like your highest paid like supermodels have Botox and filler, and
so much of it.
supermodels originated with like natural beauty. They were above the rest. You know what I mean? They were out of the world beautiful. They had a beauty that nobody else could like achieve. And now anybody could be a model. So like even for me, when I see Instagram models, I don't value those girls. Like I know like what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
Like I think Bella Hadid is so beautiful.
Yeah.
But her beauty is something you can buy.
But I just feel like it's just setting the tone and a precedence that is just
It's very damaging.
It's just it's just unreal. It's because what if all of these studies and all of the things that nobody wants to hear, because it's not publicized, because the Botox industry is over $1 billion a year industry. So nobody's going to say shit about it because you're going up against a bigger corporation, and so many people love to get it electively. So I just think like when it comes to the time where the studies do come to the forefront and people do want transparency when it comes to beauty and cosmetics, and they take Botox off the table, like now we've just set this unrealistic precedent for young girls. And I just think it's a really scary road to walk.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I just think that people need to know what it is. Like, I think people need to preface saying, like, I got Botox, but Botox is, do your research. There's a 22-page manual, like, of the scary side effects of Botox.
She's probably read it all.
I have it on my phone if you want to see it.
No, we're good.
We're good.
We already have it in our face.
We're just like not.
we already have it in our face. Like, we don't need to read it now.
I'm just saying that, like, I just think that. So maybe, though,
Well, let's talk, like, not even just Botox. Food people put in their bodies.
Oh, it's awful.
Chemical. I mean, we could sit here and talk for like
Yes.
weeks about it.
Yes, I could go, I mean. I
Pick
could
and
go
choose your
on.
battles. I don't know.
Pick
I
and
can't.
choose your toxins, basically.
No, you can you can have no toxins.
I mean, I know.
I don't know. Can you? Everything?
You can get dangerously close to
I mean,
not
but,
having
like,
a
girl,
lot.
I want to feel like I'm living. Like,
Yeah.
I would feel like I was, like, had to, like, live. I just want to live. Like, not have to think of. And that's another thing about even, like, with being healthy all the way around. It's like, I hate that is such a conscious effort and, like, conscious mindset. I hate that I have to, like, change everything and I have to think about what I eat before I eat it. And I know I pick and choose, like, what I eat that's bad for me. And then mostly I eat healthy, but there are things that I truly enjoy that aren't that healthy.
Yeah, and you want to cheat, or like not a cheat, but you're just kind of like,
Just
I
eat.
want this. And
Why
so,
can't they just not have bad
Just-
stuff in the food?
Exactly, but then it would cost more.
And then
And healthy
and they
food
would be
costs
making-
more.
It's
and
ridiculous.
it don't taste. it
does.
like literally has no flavor to me. Like it literally, like
No,
a
I
lot of
agree.
like the super healthy food,
No,
I
ugh.
can't get into it
just like-
because
The whole time I was pregnant, I did not want to eat vegetables at all. Like, gross.
oh,
no
vegetables.
way.
The texture of vegetables makes me want to vomit.
I wanted
I know that's
carbs.
crazy, but I have to make myself eat vegetables.
Yes.
I hate anything with a crunch. I am a liquid person. Like I could drink everything. I hate a crunch texture. I'm such a picky eater. Like, I don't eat anything, really. A burger, that's my favorite food.
I don't know. I have just such a different. I come at it with such a different mindset,
But
and
you
Yeah.
also you've had a different journey, and you've
Yeah.
had things.
but I feel like young people do think that they're invincible, and then when something does happen to you, you do sit there. I mean, I've sat countless times and thought, like, did I do something? Was it something I ate? Was it something I put on or in my body that sparked a mutation, and that's why I got breast cancer? Like, that's not a road you want to walk. That's not thoughts you want to have, but you can't help it. You're human, and you sit there and go, like, could I have prevented that? Like, and so that's where my mind goes now, but then also for my kids, I'm like, is there something I could prevent? And yes, it's kind of like, do you want to live in your whole fucking life in a bubble? No, because it is like you're constantly thinking about it. But I just feel like if there are good things there and the science is there,
Choose the better thing.
there are great ingredients that can stand up to all conventional products and those kinds of things. It's like, why not choose those?
Understood.
Noted.
I'll keep trying with you two. It's a lot.
I mean, I definitely,
We're
like,
the rebels.
I already had my appointment scheduled last week when she was like lecturing us about it, and I was like, afterwards, I was scared. I was like, oh my god, like I hope I'm okay.
Meredith's like consulting the woman who's doing her Botox. Is this terrible for me?
Well,
Like,
of
am
course
I-
they're going to tell you that it's not
Right.
because they're getting paid to do it.
Right.
Like they're not going to. But I have had doctors who do give Botox to other people tell me I wouldn't do it for you. And that simply goes to the fact that, like, everything I've been through, but we shouldn't be treating somebody who's a breast cancer survivor that way just because they've been through a shitstorm. And then it's like, oh, but Sally walks in and she's perfectly healthy and she wants Botox, so I'll give it to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. But I'm gonna keep trying with you too. I will not.
There's hope.
I will not accept defeat. Okay, well, that was good.
Anyways.
Anything else you want us to talk about?
I mean,
That was a lot.
Episode 1 felt like it was so light and carefree.
This one's heavy.
This went.
This is touchy situations,
This went
but
crazy
it's
fast.
the things that people don't think about unless it's brought up, and we need people like you who are in situations to where they do have to treat their body different because of what they've been through, and we need people to make people aware of it, like even more than injections and food, just ingredients and things in general.
Yeah, and like we try very hard on Paris Laundry that is literally what we do all day long, is research and update and look through ingredients and do all of those things to service.
And you
People in the
want to
best
know what
way.
the sad part about it is? I think about the ingredients in my makeup, but I don't think about the ingredients in my food.
But that's the opposite that we hear from a lot of people, is that I'm so healthy, like with what I eat, but I didn't even think about what I was putting on my skin. And it's like, your skin is your largest organ.
Yeah.
And like it all flows together. Like everything works together. And so I feel like, but
Listen to her. Don't listen to us. we
No,
out in these streets.
We try. I have some of your clean beauty products and I use them. Like, I don't have everything that's clean. Like, there's makeup products that I just
but
love.
I think that
But I try to be better.
But I think that the fact that you've even tried a lot of the stuff that you've tried, like just based off of recommendation from me, like that says a lot, because like you love all of your, like you've had some holy grail ride or die products that
Yeah.
you're like, no, I love this product. What do you
Yeah.
mean what's in it?
yeah, like don't tell me.
Yeah, don't tell me what's in it. Like I gotta have it. And you've switched and maybe been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, like a
with
lot
some
of my
them.
skincare, I have definitely changed to different brands.
Yeah.
I don't do fragrance in my skincare, and that is a very new thing. I stopped fragrance in my makeup about a year and a half, 2 years ago. But as far as like my skincare, I don't use skincare with fragrance anymore.
there's
Like,
no point.
it
for there
makes
to
the
be
biggest difference.
difference.
I never knew I had sensitive skin until I stopped using fragrance.
And then when you use something with fragrance, if you do, even if it's just like because you're trying products, or you like, let's say that you have dry hands and you ask your friend for something and they pull out a lotion and there's fragrance in it, and you can instantly tell.
The difference.
Oh, it's almost like a chemical reaction all over again.
It's like a fake smell.
Even like with a person that's like vegetarian who starts eating meat again, their body like goes
Yeah, your body
crazy.
has to
Like,
adjust,
yeah.
and you do. You go through this detox period when you're switching to natural or clean beauty. It does take a minute for your body to kind of catch up, and then your body is working off of what it naturally works off of, and it's not working against it with chemicals. So it kind of, you start to see the benefits of it all. But
I've seen a big difference, like especially in like the pores. I feel the fragrance did, like I always have like big pores. I have like man skin. Like I feel like men
Yeah,
have
but
bigger
pores are genetic.
pores have nothing to do with your skincare. Like you can do a mask and it can like tighten your pores for a minute. Pores are just genetic. But yes, like depending on what you're putting on.
I felt like my skin was clogged.
Yep.
Like it wasn't that my pores went away. It's more so they were less visible
Yes.
because there wasn't clogged. There wasn't little bumps and textures
There's
everywhere.
like irritation. For the
Yeah,
most part,
yeah. And I don't use dimethicone either. And like that's what most people like in a foundation is the smoothing effect, and that's what dimethicone does. So I don't really use that anymore.
So what foundation do you use?
I really love the Lancome doesn't have dimethicone in it.
Okay.
I really love that. I don't think that La Mer has dimethicone in it
Okay.
as well, and I love that one. I use that one a lot too.
But there's like phenoxyethanol. There's
Yes,
like,
there's
Okay.
so much.
Oh my God.
Stepping stones.
I mean, you could
talk about this for
like ever. So Thanksgiving is just days away.
So
There's
maybe
lots to be
this is a
thankful
topic.
for.
I mean, everyone loves to just bring up hot heated topics at Thanksgiving, maybe you bring up Botox and natural skincare and
Instead of politics. Like, let's not do that to our families
do that
this
and then
year.
report back. Come back and leave us a comment about what you talked about for Thanksgiving.
And questions
How
that you
that
may
went
have
over.
about injections, because
We'll answer them.
They got
we
them.
can always do more research to answer your questions. And
I've
we'll
never
go
had
more.
them, but I will tell you the risky side effects.
And I've had them, and I'll tell you, like we said, why we like to get it,
Yes,
why we
why you
keep
guys-
getting it. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Bye.
Bye.